Hey team, good morning. It's about 7 a.m. Beautiful Monday morning. I am absolutely energized, ready to go. Been up actually since probably around 3 or 4 o'clock this morning. Had to put together a proposal, and I wanted to put that together before I started my day. Had it documented, just got it typed up and sent out around 5, and then I went to the gym. Just heading now to pick my kids up and drop them to school in the morning. One of my treats of the day, taking my little babies to school and seeing how they're doing. So today, Mondays usually are an in-office day. I'm focusing on, the strategic side of things, strategy. What am I going to do? A bit of reflection time, kind of get the whole of the week articulated. So I have clear goals and objectives I'm trying to achieve. Sales targets for my brands and for myself primarily are the most important thing. I want to be out there getting feedback from the market, selling, generating revenue. If a business is not selling, if it's not generating cash, it's not a business. So you got to be selling and generating cash every day, and that's a really, really important point. With salespeople, we struggle sometimes to understand why we're not getting sales, and it isn't terribly complicated. The reason we're not getting sales is because we're not going out and selling. That's why, and we're not managing our time, so we're being inconsistent in our efficiency. If you allocate specifically 1 hour, 1 hour and a half each day, and say, I'm going to make calls, or I'm going to go out and sell and meet some customers, or I'm going to focus on this sales activity for this hour and then this sales activity for this hour, you're going to get results. And it's drip, 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 water in the bucket, and the bucket gets full. And then not only does it get full, it gets overflowing. And I remember one of the issues I had with one of my businesses was that, we weren't as successful, although we were always increasing in sales, but we could have been even more successful if we were consistent in selling. And people talk about the sales process in terms of follow-up, communication skills, closing technique, and all of that, but there's an underlying very simple thing that if you execute on, you will deliver results, and that's consistency. So if you consistently every day allocate an hour and focus, so that's the crux of the matter, right? The 0 to A mindset, focus. So it's easy for me to say you do something consistently, all you have to do is focus, but what does focus really mean? That's really the point of contention for all of us. Focus really means that you have to have real clarity on your goals. Why are you doing it? What's your motivation? And that motivation has to be programmed and built into your essence, into your being. When you breathe, as part of that breath is the actual idea of you wanting to achieve that goal. So you've programmed it to your subconscious to that level. And this is where a lot of the perhaps a lot of the other personal development coaches that I've seen on the internet don't really go down to the detail. It's just breaking down the psychology of the thinking that is around the idea of focus. And how do you focus or program your subconscious mind to that degree where, you know, it's the motivation, the idea of doing something is as important or as part of that breath that you breathe in. How do you do that? Now, this is where I go a little bit different, and the idea of prayer and praying is really, really important. And I really want to get into this subject, but perhaps not on one of these short videos, but on a longer video. The idea of prayer, just in a nutshell, is that we have two operating systems, or two languages, just like the computer. You know, you have the operating system, which runs all the hardware, and then you have the code that operates the operating system that runs the hardware. So prayer is what goes in and directs and channels the code of the operating system. So you need to be able to go in at that level to allow your motivation, your focus to be such that it's equivalent to the same as you breathing, you know. That's when you can focus. That's when you can be consistent, because you're so it's such part of your being, and so all these other steps, as far as success is concerned, and whatever success in other people's terms means, but all these steps to success, there is a prerequisite, which is the coding of the operating system itself. And a lot of the people who have successful have done this, who are financially successful and who have been successful in sports and music and the arts and business and leadership. They're successful to the degree that they have done this, but sometimes they haven't been able to articulate it to that same degree in terms of the process of how you need to do it. And I'd like to be able to do that. I mean, I'm thankful that I have been able to code myself in that way, and it's worked for me. And because it's worked for me is the only reason I'm able to explain it to you. And I'm thankful that I have that capacity to be able to break it down and hopefully try and be able to articulate it. Anyway, I'm excited for the day. It's a great Monday morning. I love Mondays. Sometimes I wonder why the weekend's in the way. That's how much I enjoy the life that I'm living. And, you know, I want you all to be thinking and feeling that way too. So it's down to you. It's the choices you make. Choose to live. Ciao.